Hi, and welcome back to Cfop Cubing. Today I will be giving some tips and tricks on how to make a faster cross. This will mostly be about more efficient solutions. Every cross can be solved in 8 moves or less, so if your cross solution is ever above that, then this is the video for you. From what I've heard, your cross should take about 1/10 of your average. So if it takes longer than that, you should probably spend some time perfecting your cross. One thing you can do to improve on your own is to go to cstimer.net and make a new session. If there isn't a box here, then click the tools up here. Next, switch the tools box to solvers. Now you will see 6 rows of notation. These are the most efficient solutions for each cross color. Now you can do the scramble and try and figure out the best cross solution. Once you come up with the least amount of moves possible, close your eyes and try and do the solution you thought of. It may take some time to get right every time, but with practice, you'll get it. There are a few main things you need to make sure to do during the cross. The first thing is to keep the cross on the bottom. This is super important. If you make your cross on the bottom, then you won't have to rotate the cube over when you go into F2L, and this saves a lot of time. It also makes it easier to look ahead to your F2L while you're doing your cross. It may be harder to know what to do when your cross is on the bottom, but this brings us to our next point. Plan out your entire cross in inspection. You have an advantage with the cross, and that is that you get to see what you want to do before the solve even begins. You only have 15 seconds to do this, but you should be able to plan out what you're going to do for the cross in those 15 seconds. If you can't do that right now, then take more than 15 seconds. It's okay. Over time, you'll get faster. You do want to make sure that your solution is efficient and under 8 moves, but you also want to make sure that the moves you make in the cross are easy to do. The first move you make in a cross should be a U move, R move, or L move. D moves are okay, but B, F, R2, and L2 moves are hard to make because you have to pick up the cube with one hand and then do the turn with the other hand once the cube has been picked up. You want to try to totally avoid B moves in the cross, but you never want to rotate. That's our next point. Never rotate in the cross. If you have to use B moves, that's okay, but try to pick up the cube in a way that avoids B moves and cube rotations. Another thing that you can do is to become color neutral. Color neutral just means that you can make the cross on any color instead of just white. You might be able to do that just fine, but once you get to F2L, OLL, and PLL, it could be harder. If you're color neutral, you'll be able to do that just fine. Being color neutral isn't a huge asset, but sometimes you'll get very lucky, but it is on a different cross color. If you are color neutral, you'll be able to take advantage of that. If you think you will want to become color neutral in the future, you should start practicing on other colors as soon as possible. It's a lot easier to change early on than when you have practiced on just white for a long time. I became color neutral very early, and I'm glad I did that because it would be a pain to switch now. I'm not saying to just stop what you're doing and start practicing on different cross colors, but it's better to start practicing sooner rather than later. The next point is, don't move the pieces, move the cross. You sometimes might have situations where you'll move the edge out and then put it back in its place. Instead, move the cross over so that you can insert the edge where it's supposed to go, then align the cross afterwards. You can also use this technique when an edge is pinned between 2 solved edges. You can move the cross to allow the edge to move down into it, then align the cross next. You can also put all of the pieces in the right spot in relation to each other, then align the cross next. This means, for instance, the blue is on a space to the left, so you put all the other pieces 1 space to the left, and then align them all together. One more thing you can do to improve the efficiency of your cross is to insert the pieces using moves that insert other pieces. That just means that instead of inserting a piece right away, see if you can move another piece into that layer so that you can make it easier to insert. And that's it for this video. I may make a part 2 for advanced cross techniques. If you want me to, like the video. If you enjoyed, click subscribe. Make sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Go ahead and watch the video over again if you want to help me out with my watch minutes. And if you have any questions, ask in the comments and I'll try and help you out. Anyway, with that out of the way, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.